money took exactly the same way than the alleged dirty money in the Augusta Westland chopper case. It's been quite a long time now that the Enforcement Directorate obtained documents, all kind of evidence regarding Sushen Gupta's involvement in the Rafale deal. Sushen Gupta is an aerospace and defense agent. Some could call him a middleman. What we discovered is that the agents of the Enforcement Directorate, by investigating Sushen Gupta and the money of Augusta Westland, the alleged kickbacks, they discovered that Sushen Gupta was also the agent of Dassault in India, and that he was at the heart of the negotiations about the Rafale deal. And the documents that have been obtained by the Enforcement Directorate show very problematic behavior from Dassault and Sushen Gupta regarding this deal. Both Dassault and his partner Thales paid €1 million of offshore commissions to Sushen Gupta's shell companies, which were registered in Mauritius, in Singapore, or in Dubai. They used inflated computer services contracts, so it was not a straight payment, but Dassault bought consultancy software services from an Indian company or from a shell company in Singapore, and part of this money was then channeled to the offshore accounts of Sushen Gupta. These models were ordered for €1 million, which is quite expensive. You know, it makes 20,000 euros for a model. You know, for this price, you can have, for instance, a real nice car. What is also suspicious is that this strange payment for these models has been spotted by the French anti-corruption agency, and despite it was suspicious, they did not report this to the French prosecutors. in the accusation sheet against Sushen Gupta that they issued 2 years ago, they identified the fact that Mr. Gupta could have had influenced or bribed for other defense deals. That's written in the charge sheet. And they also wrote that regarding these other deals, a separate investigation would be undertaken. And 2 years later, as of today, there's been no visible sign that the Enforcement Directorate opened such a separate investigation on the Rafale. We of course asked them whether they did it or not, and unfortunately they did not respond. These military contracts are always very sensitive and secret. It's always very difficult for reporters to investigate these kind of deals, and that's the reason it took so long. These Rafale papers investigation from Mediapart took more than 6 months, so it's been very difficult to gather all this information. Corruption should be the concerns of, and is the concerns of many citizens. And so it is important to know what's behind the scenes in such giant deals, you know, which have bad reputations. You know, it's not the first time that there are corruption allegations on the defense deal. What I hope is that this case will be investigated, because, you know, we are just reporters, so we don't say that we know everything, but what I'm convinced about is that there's enough elements now so that a real investigation is opened on this case, both in France and India.